We need to talk.
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 Welcome back to We Need to Talk, episode number 24. I'm your host, MR.KOA, alongside
Top Boy.
And we have a full house today. We have 5 guests here today. 4 of them are behind the camera, so you guys won't see them, but you might hear them. Thank you guys for the support as always. We missed our last video, as you guys know. The video should be up right now for episode number 23. So we did miss one video this year. Or every video we got except that video, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, make sure you guys go to our YouTube channel, WNTT Podcast. That's doing great. You guys are showing great love on that. We have a guest today, a longtime friend, actually from school. She's pursuing her music career. I didn't even know you could sing. So that's
too bad. I feel like you should have known that, but I mean,
how should I have known that? You didn't sing at school.
You know, because we didn't go to the same school. But if you spoke to anyone who knew, like everyone knew that I sang. It's because I danced as well, especially in Ottawa. Like I was a dancer more than I was a singer.
So now she thinks she's a singer.
I mean, I am a singer. I've always been. I'm just trying to make it more the focal point than the dancing.
Who's your? Oh, sorry. Before I even introduce you, who's here? Who's here right now? Introduce yourself.
Shay or Shayna. Shayna's what friends and family call me, and Shay is my artist name.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what do you do other than singing? And how did you get into singing?
I always sang. So when I was young, I thought I was like the.
You sing in choirs? You're the church girl?
I definitely sang in church choirs when I was much younger. 100%. Yes, I am a church girl. Still looking for a church in Toronto if anyone has one to suggest.
Okay.
I definitely did that. Like I did the choir thing, and then I got into a lot of like Boys and Girls Club. I do all the singing stuff they let us do over there as well when I was in Ottawa, and then I moved to Florida and I did more dancing there.
Okay.
And then when I came back to Ottawa, I was in like a jazz choir all through high school, and I did all the like the shows and the showcases and whatnot, and we had like dance showcases, and I did like singing and dancing to make it a little different and interesting. So I always was into the singing thing and did vocal lessons and all that jazz.
Okay, so what is your style?
I would say my style is
without putting you in a box, of course. But what is your style?
Without putting me in a box, I would say I'm very traditional R&B.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would be your closest counterpart?
Whenever anyone asks, I would say Kelly Rowland. I feel like if she had us like
I fuck with Kelly.
I really like.
I fuck with Kelly.
Her voice, it's very sexy.
I'm not
it's
talking
very
about her
grown.
voice. I'm not talking about
I mean,
her voice.
everything else too. No,
I fuck
she's
with
fly.
Kelly,
Like she's got a great personality. But she's also very sexy and like kind of understated, and I kind of like that because you don't expect it.
Kelly or Beyonce?
Kelly.
No questions asked.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
No.
Kelly or Beyonce?
Kelly.
We all know.
100%.
Dope. Any questions for her? You don't know her. I know her, so I don't really have to ask her much questions for myself. But for people who don't know her, you can ask some questions for her.
What's your favorite thing about singing?
I guess you just feel free. Like you know what I love the most about it now is being in the studio, because like your playground and it's all trial and error, so you can try different things and kind of see what you like, what you don't like. You can hear it back 1,000 times. It's just like a vibe and it's a mood, and it's almost like just my sanctuary.
Yeah.
So the making process, like I really like being in the studio, and just singing. You just like, it's what I do best. It's my passion. I just like being free, closing my eyes, pretending that I'm elsewhere.
Cool.
That sort of thing.
So then I don't know if you already said, but like when did you realize that you're like, okay, singing is something that I want to do?
Probably when I was like 6, like when I was young. Like I sang all the time. Like I was annoying, and they tried to act like they were okay with it, but I sang all the time, like top of my lungs. It wasn't just like the shower. I was like downstairs, and we had all those. Remember when you used to like order CDs and those those booklets?
Yeah.
And so we had like all these random CDs from like the Backstreet Boys. My dad would always listen to like Whitney Houston, and so I would just sing so many different types of music, and I was in it. Like I would take anything I could to make a mic and just be by myself. My brother would pay me any mind, and I just was that person. Like I sang all the time.
So do you have a friend, especially in the singing or any type of arts, you need to have a friend that can tell you your shit.
Okay.
Like to humble yourself.
100%.
So do you have a friend out there right now that's like there's people, oh my God, shit. Like I've listened to how many people on Instagram post these fucking shit ass videos.
I know, you wish someone told
and
them.
I read the comments, oh my God, stop. You're lying. You're
true.
lying. It's dirt.
Oh my gosh,
and they're scared to tell them that you're trash. Like I've heard your the song you posted, a little snippet, which is pretty good.
Thank you.
I can honestly say that. But I'm sure there's some songs or some things you tried that are not that good, and there are people that are like, oh yeah, shit, for sure. Like, who's your friend that you can say right now is like, when everyone else is like, yo, Shayna, you're so good. And they're like, this is ass. This is ass.
Honestly, I don't always share my music until I'm 100% comfortable with it because it's my baby. So I don't, and because friends will do that, I don't always share it with like a lot of my friends. So they're always anticipating to hear what's going to be the next thing. My producer is so cold. Like I will write a whole track and be like, it's terrible.
Who's your producer? Shout them out.
My producer is in the mix. His name is Mikal.
Okay.
He's crazy dope and we write together. And
Local?
he's
Toronto? Or
local.
okay.
Actually, he's from Toronto now, but he's from St. Catharines.
Okay.
So not entirely local. So both of us feel like we're new to the city, but
Sure.
he's been here much longer than I have.
Yeah.
But he's cold. I'll like write a song and love it and play it and be like really into it. I'll sing it live for him and he'll be like, it's terrible. Like write that again.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, damn, thanks.
You ever
I
cried?
don't even, never, no.
You've never cried.
Because of someone not liking my music?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. It's
never
criticism.
You ever push back?
All the time. I fight my producer
Okay.
all the time about it.
All right.
100%. Like if I love it, we're fighting about it. And he's like, nah. Like no one's feeling that track.
Yeah.
So have you been able to develop a way to let go of things? Because that's probably the hardest thing for
Definitely.
people to do.
Yeah, definitely with
Because,
him.
like you're saying, if you really love something,
Yeah.
if someone's like no, even if it's yours, you're the most biased person that creates something, especially as
But
a
I'm also
crea-
really
like-
hard on myself. Like I'm also the one who's like, I don't know. Like I'll hear it 1,000 times. I want my voice to sound a little different. Like I'm always like, is that really what I want it to sound like?
Sure,
So I'm
but-
really hard on myself.
Yeah, but if someone, regardless of how hard you are on yourself, if someone's like, Shane, I don't like this, and I don't think people like this, are you able to be like, okay?
Yeah, of course.
You looked away when you said that.
Of course. I could totally handle something that they don't like my music or they don't like that song. You need criticism. Like you can't grow without
Oh, I
something
know
being
that.
like-
I'm asking you if you're okay with
Yeah,
that.
I'm good with
You
it.
don't seem confident in what you're
I'm
saying.
100% sure I can handle it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would do the same for anyone else. Like if someone brought me something I wasn't feeling, I'd be like,
Yeah.
it's not good. Like I would never.
No, it's
especially
easy for
someone-
you to say that to somebody else.
But
Are
not
you able to
everybody, right?
take
People
it?
feel uncomfortable doing that. People feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable saying that something's not good
I agree.
all the time. Like they always think that they're afraid of how you're gonna react and so on and so forth.
Yes.
Which is why I don't share music with a lot of my friends at first.
Right.
Until I know that it's fully done and I've got like the okay from myself, my producer, we like it.
Right.
We share it with a couple of other people, but never the close knit friends per se, because they're gonna be so like about the excitement that they're not gonna even really be taking in the lyrics and like the beat until
Yeah.
like the fourth, fifth listen.
So we did a couple episodes ago with Trezor. We were talking about Toronto's community and how people are very, very fearful of sharing things. Very, it's hard to get people to support within the city. But once you leave or once you go other places, everyone's
They love
supporting
you.
you and you come back. But it's very difficult to get out of the city or to get people to support what you're doing while you're here. Do you feel like everyone's singing, as you know?
And rap.
Everybody's rapping.
Everyone's a rapper.
Everybody-
Everyone's an
yes.
artist. 100%.
So how are you going to, or do you even worry about that? To how you're going to break through this?
I don't
this
worry about it.
oversaturated environment.
I don't worry about it because I'm not from here. So I don't have the same desire to be liked or known by all the same trendy,
Right.
you know, I'm not really in that scene. So I don't feel those type of pressures, but I completely agree. Like you can totally tell that things are really trendy. They want to know who likes it, who you affiliated with, who your friends are. And I see it just if I go out with certain people and other people. Like if I'm with a certain person, I get a lot more love and then they want to hear about my music and what I do. But if I'm with someone else or just kicking or someone they don't know or someone from Ottawa,
Right.
they won't show any love or talk or want to know who I am other than for a bunch of other reasons that I don't want to, like, you know, be a part of.
Do you think
So,
people form like a lot of cliques?
Of course, the city is full of cliques.
Yeah.
And I think the city is so darn resourceful. Like there's so many great things about it and so many great music that's being made that a lot of people don't know anything about and people that are really in the background. And those are people that I want to work with. I don't necessarily want to work
Yeah.
with who everyone else is listening to because I don't know if it's actually good because it could just be the trendiest thing out right now. And if it's not timeless, I'm not interested.
It's so funny to hear like someone that's in a different aspect of the creative world say the exact same thing that like I've been experiencing in the photography and like videography world. It's the same shit. Like
Yeah, I
when I
can
see the stuff
imagine.
that goes on Instagram, I see the same people only shouting out the same people all the
course.
time, right? And I just decided this past weekend that like every Sunday I'm just gonna shout out people that I see their stuff on Instagram and I like it. And
Yeah.
some of them I don't even know who these people are in person. And it's crazy. Some of them have like huge followings and then they would hit me up and they're like, yo, I really appreciate that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's kind of surprising you're saying that to me, given the fact you have like a huge following already.
I mean-
but they're also like, no one does this, which is
Yeah.
why I appreciate
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
So
No,
more
I
of
think
that
it's
needs to
important.
happen.
I think
Yeah.
it's so important. Just to, like we don't support each other enough, and we're always waiting for someone who we think is bigger than life to be
Yeah.
showing us love. And sometimes just your neighbor being like, "Yo, I like that," is exciting. That's encouragement. Like if you can inspire just about anybody, like why not? That means more than it being the trendiest person out right now. And they may not be like talented, right? They just may have a lot of followers. It's like art. If you have good art, if you have like a good product, then I'm more into that. And if you're good people, then anything else.
Gear shift.
Okay. Talk.
Now, it's a relationship talk podcast.
Let's do this. Yeah.
Ready.
That's what I came here to talk about.
Excellent. Perfect. So, funny, I've actually dated someone who used to sing, or does sing, sorry.
Okay.
So I know a little bit about the industry, a little bit just the stress and the pressures and the look you want to go for. It's not the best, just based on how society makes it. It's not the best direction for anyone singing or pursuing singing to look like they're taken.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
I really like the way this guy worded that.
I know that was so well worded. I really liked that as well.
This guy PR the hell out of that.
To a certain
one,
extent, I can kind of agree. I think there's an allure to some. You know what? I think it depends.
On what?
It depends on the artist and their approach and their music. Like if you're really mysterious and not knowing whether they're taken or not, I think it's kind of nice. If they're really sexy and they are taken, I think that might actually cause people to be even more interested. Like who are they with? Why are they with them? You know, all that stuff as well.
I disagree.
Really?
Continue.
I totally think so. I think it just depends.
No.
I think I always had a theory that when someone is in a relationship and you publicize it, they're into that person you're in a relationship with.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
If
I get so much more love from dudes if they know that I'm taken than if I'm not. It's a thing. You'd be surprised.
You think you get more love from dudes?
If they see me with another dude, then everyone's checking for you. They're gonna try to DM you. They want to know what you're about. If I'm solo dolo, I don't find dudes will come up to you and talk to you or whatever.
That's kind of
It's a real
shocking to me.
thing.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
I
shocking to
know.
me.
So let's just backtrack a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
So you think that guys are more attracted to women who are taken and singing and pursuing some type of stardom than a sexy girl who's single and looking?
But how do you know she's looking? Like,
Because
where's
she's not
that
a man.
coming- Well, that doesn't
Or
mean
we
she's
don't-
looking. She could just be focused on her music.
We, as a man, you assume they're
You assume
looking.
that they're
if you're,
looking.
if
Okay.
you're not, if you don't have a
I
boyfriend.
mean, I can understand them wanting to try more if they're single, but
Okay.
I don't think men try less because you're taken.
Oh, I'm not gonna try less.
But that's what I'm
But I'm
saying.
saying you don't believe they're more attractive when you're single.
No,
you don't believe
I
it
think-
helps. You don't
I
believe it
think-
helps your career.
I think men have ego, like no disrespect, and I feel like when another man has something, sometimes you kind of want it. I think men and women do that. You kind of want what someone else has because you want to know why they like
I'm talking
it so
about.
much.
I'm talking about career wise.
Well,
I'm talking
career-
about as a singer or anyone in the music industry. When someone is starting their career, do you think you're gonna get off the ground saying, "I want to start my career as a
No.
new artist"?
No.
And
Not
this is my
entirely.
boyfriend, like him too.
Yeah, not entirely. But who
No,
would do that?
We mean who would?
Who would like bring their partner or like be like I feel like you just don't talk about it.
Why?
Because I feel like the focus is the art, is the
No.
music. It's not about being in a relationship.
I understand, but I'm saying that's what I'm trying to ask you. Do
Yeah.
you think the music industry has made that a more of a secretive thing, and
Yes,
why?
Definitely.
Why?
I definitely think so because I think you want to be, people think appealing is single, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And so because it's more appealing, you're not going to talk about being in a relationship.
Perfect.
But I think those that are in a relationship wouldn't necessarily say that they're single. I think they would just say nothing. So they can still appeal. So there's kind of like a mystery to it.
So the question is now,
But they do that in sports too.
They do that in sports.
Basketball players, like, if you're single, they or if you're not single, they tell them, they openly, like, all their agents tell them not to like, disclose who they're with.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's just music and women. I think that they do that in anything that is, like, dominant, where, like, family's not sold, unless it's politics, you know?
It's true.
So back to music. So since you're pursuing music, do you think that if you met somebody potentially in the future
Okay.
that was, they want to be more known, or they want to be more out there, they're like
public.
or they just public, they're a great person, you know, they do everything you want, they support everything you're doing, but they just don't like that feeling of like, oh, like, why does it look like you're single all the time? Like, why do you have to seem like
It's not gonna work.
like you're available?
It's not gonna work.
Is that
I
a
can
deal?
tell you
Is that a
the
deal?
answer. It's not
I feel
gonna
like if we're
work.
fighting over that, like you're not focused. Like there's so many bigger things to be concerned about. I feel like if you trust me and you know that I'm down for you, who cares what everyone else is?
Okay, but even before that, I feel like anyone that's gonna date you has to understand like
100%.
what they're going into. It's no different than the times we talks about, you know, dating a girl that. It's as simple as dating a girl that's like very good looking, right? If you're gonna date a woman that's very good looking, you have to accept the reality that
Yeah.
men's are gonna try to hit on her like all the time.
whether they're not.
and
or-
if you're not comfortable with that idea, that relationship's not gonna work.
it's true because then you
So-
fight about nonsense.
Fight about stupid things
Yeah.
like 24/7. So
Do you think you have to be with a singer Or someone in the music industry?
No, I've actually haven't, like, more recently, I'm really attracted to, like, rappers. But before then, and maybe that's just because, like, I have, like, features and stuff, and I'm kind of...
Why? Don't look at me, Ryan.
No, I'm surprised. But I never thought that I'd be with an artist. I always wanted to be with someone who does something different. And we kind of just, like, our worlds kind of work hand in hand. Or we teach each other stuff. But it never was, like, it had to be a musician.
So why are you attracted to rappers?
You know what? I can't even really say that there's a reason, but there's just like a bunch of them.
You can't say that without a reason. That's
you know
nuts.
what it is? There's a bunch of them out right now that just have like
what? Tattoos?
I don't understand.
No,
Like, I don't get it. No, like
they're not tatted.
no. You need to.
They're not tatted.
You need to clarify because like you can't.
They're not tatted.
You can't just.
I'm
say,
really attracted to rappers.
No.
Right
Okay,
now. I don't know how long this is. It's just
Shayna,
because I
I
find
respect
lately.
you until that line.
A rapper. Yo, a rapper.
That was so
You know what it is?
That was the
I know.
most
No,
ridiculous
because there are, like,
Hold on,
there are
hold
some
on.
rappers
I've
out
ever
there.
heard you say it.
Hold
You
on.
are a
Can I-
very smart person.
I know. Can I tell you which
You
ones?
just said I'm
If I told
starting to
you
be
which
very
ones,
attracted to
Can I tell you which ones?
rappers.
Can I tell you which ones?
No, it doesn't even matter.
It does matter because
What?
there's
Hold
a
on,
certain
shut
type
up.
of
Let it
rapper.
talk. Go on.
Because there's these young rappers out right now, like the Joy Badasses, the Vince Staples, that are just so progressive and they're so advanced and ahead of their time.
So it has nothing.
Because they're rappers?
No, they just happen to be rappers. I think they just happen to be rappers.
so that's why I was
so
getting
it's a
at
very
this-
specific
yeah.
like genre of like rap as well. I'm not just talking about like I don't even know who's really out right now when you think about who we
But this
play
is
in
what
the
I was
clubs.
getting at. I don't think it has anything to do with them rapping.
I
Like,
think they just happen to be.
it has to do
Yeah.
with the type of guy that they are.
Yeah,
Right? They just
like,
so
I'm
happen
really
to
like
rap.
intrigued, but they just happen to rap. Yeah, that's really what it is.
You
I
can
talk
meet
to
a-
my roommate about it all the
Do you
time.
meet a guy that is exactly like them, but they don't rap? Would you?
And I would still think he's
Okay.
great. Yeah. I think the rapping thing's actually what makes it. I'm not like trying to pursue anyone like that because I think it's a bit scarier because there's so many things that come with that as well. But I think that I like their personalities. Like they have these timeless personalities and they're so progressive and ahead of their time and they apply it to music. I'm like, that's just dope. That's so hard to do. They just happen to be rappers, but a very specific genre of rappers as well. I'm not just talking about the other ones. You know, it's true. You don't.
Well,
I mean, they're guys.
Yeah.
Shida knows what I mean. They're so fly.
No one can say anything
You know?
bad about it.
Yeah,
I hate you right now. He's like, yeah,
they're fine. Okay. We'll leave that there.
we will. I mean, there's
So, I
reasoning
mean,
behind it.
let's
And
just-
like he said, it's about the type of people they are. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily that they just happen to be rappers.
Just happen to be rapping.
Yeah, that's it.
Just by
Yeah,
chance.
just by chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
The smugness coming off you right now, right?
No, I
Right?
mean-
I feel it.
I'll
It's
put-
okay. I'll let him have it.
I'll put it in the universe. I
let him have it.
hope you meet a successful rapper. And he
What's the next question?
And he raps to you
What's the next question?
at your wedding. That'll be nice, right?
Next?
Okay. If you have any questions for today? Yo, first of all, let me say something, guys. Every week we make questions or we drop a post. I drop a post every Tuesday called Ask WNTT, where you guys can drop any questions you guys want to hear on the podcast. Every now and then I'll take a person who commented or dropped a question. I'll bring them onto the show. So if you guys have any great questions, you want to ask us anything, literally anything, drop it on those posts because some days it's inconsistent. Some days you guys have like 40 comments and 40 questions. I can't even get through them. And some days you have like 3.
Yeah.
I don't fucking understand, but
Anyway,
keep them coming. So
so I Love Ghoulie, he asked, and it's in relation to your KOA talk video with
okay. Yeah.
D. So basically, give them the
Okay,
background
yeah.
on
So
what she said.
today I did a video. Or sorry, not today. Last week I dropped a video on my KOA Talk channel called Dating Culture. Just basically around just our dating culture and how things are and interaction, getting through life with, meeting guys, meeting girls, what to do, like why it's awkward, why the communication causes problems, what are we, like just all the questions that come around being in a relationship or getting into a relationship through the dating scene. But D. Guerra, one of our listeners, a good friend of mine, she said in the video that she doesn't like how guys DM her saying, I want to get to know you, or hey, beautiful, or those types of messages because she's tired of hearing them. She just blocks them or ignores them, blah, blah. And I was saying, what if a guy generally means that?
Yeah.
Like, what is so crazy about saying, hi, beautiful? Why is that nuts to you? Why is that nuts? So it's like, oh my God, guy saying I'm beautiful. Holy shit. What the hell? And he wants to see me? This is crazy. Like, why is that so insane to you guys? But, so the question, I guess he has a question pertaining to that was, I guess, how to DM or something like that?
Yeah, so it's like, since women like D. Garrett don't like the I want to get to know you approach in the DMs, what is a way a man can get your attention through DMs? Vice versa as well, DM etiquette.
Oh my gosh, that's a tough one.
First of all, are you okay with getting DMs? How do you feel about getting DMs?
See, sometimes I'm torn. I feel like I rarely answer DMs.
Why?
Because you know what? Most of the time, they're not really saying anything that serious.
Would you?
And it also depends,
so
like,
you
the
deem it
person
as
behind
serious?
the DM as well. You know when you click the profile and you're like, come on,
Well, if he's ugly,
you
then
know,
clearly.
not even just if he's like ugly, but just the things that they post. Like,
if,
you know,
if
like
he's a rapper.
I mean, if he's a rapper, he might get played. Right?
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I'm kidding. That was a joke.
If you see the SoundCloud, then
but
cool. You'll read it.
No, I just think sometimes you go to the profile and you're like, you know, this person posts things that you're just
Not
why
into.
would you post
Yeah,
that? Yeah,
that's
you're not
fine.
into it. So you know from the jump, just based on what they posted.
Okay,
you
so
may
you
not
go to their
be
page
into
and
them.
everything's looks normal. Then what?
Then I might say hello. It's you know what? There's a stigma around DMs now, and
Which
it's
is what?
because
In
that
your-
it's kind of if someone's trying to DM you, it's like someone trying to talk to you at the club.
Mm-hmm.
You automatically assume they're just trying to like, you know,
Fuck.
Yeah.
So.
But if you're not trying to do that, then you're not into it. I mean, if you're checking for that,
Okay,
then
so
you
then
would
why?
reply.
So
and
why
it's
ignore him
fine.
and why not get to that point to figure it out if that's what he wants?
I mean, I think some people
Why
want to go
why
through the
cut it
whole
off from the
process.
start? If he wants to fuck, then be listen. Why
I'm
don't you
not
just,
checking
why don't
for
you
that.
just start the conversation by you don't have to ignore him. But if
I
someone says
agree.
hey, someone says hey beautiful what up? You're like, you know what, I think he wants to fuck me.
But why can't you?
Why can't you just be like,
Why
hey,
can't-
listen.
It goes both ways. Like, why do I have to-
Why can't she ignore him though?
Exactly.
No, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying you can't. You can ignore who you want. You can ignore your text message if you want to. But I'm saying a lot of girls are under the pretense that if someone DMs them, period, it's like, oh my god, just there are actually good people that mess. And how else would I get the contact if I've never seen you? I've never been in your situation. I've never been in your city. I've never met you, and I come across you through a friend of a friend, land on your page. I get the courage because some guys are scared to message girls. I get the courage. I'm like, fuck, like, you know what? I'm gonna message this girl. I'm gonna say hi, whatever, and it's left unread. And I'm a good guy, like that.
You know what I think works
Like,
better?
what
You
is
know
that?
what works better? If you respond to like a story. I think if the person has a story and you like reply to something that they posted,
Okay.
you might get a reaction that way. Because if someone says something about my story,
Right.
in most cases, regardless of who you are, I'll respond.
Because
on any story.
Because it's engaged on
It's
something
engaged-
already.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. When it's coming from absolutely
it's a dead
nowhere,
convo.
I think everyone's a little skeptical in that sense. And again, like if you DM someone, I'd be surprised if someone didn't like your page is
Okay.
legit, like it's dope.
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel like someone would be like, hey, what's up, da da da. But it all depends on like the approach. If you're saying hi, how are you doing, or hey, you know, I've seen your post. I really wanted to I just want
Yeah,
to
yeah,
talk. Like, what
yeah.
are you about? That's different. Like the approach is everything. But I definitely think if you do it to a story, you'll get a response.
Okay.
And if you don't, I'd be surprised because it's so engaging, and you're paying attention. Like you're watching their story, so it's kind of like, oh, okay, you know.
So if you post, something in your story and they just use your story and say, "Hey, beautiful," is it fine then?
Does it have to be hey beautiful though?
Why can't they say that?
I just feel like some women feel like it's just like a cop out of like, it's anything.
Yo,
like,
you guys
everyone
can't be
says
pleased.
that.
Everyone
We
said,
can be
"Oh my
pleased.
god!"
We
Everyone
can be
said-
pleased.
Bro, why is it?
Everyone
Why is
says
it?
I'm
Why is it
beautiful.
shocking?
It's not that everyone
You
says
cannot
it, it's
please
just
women
like-
100% of the time.
Oh,
You can't please
I'm not-
anybody 100% of the time. Y'all
Yeah,
can't be
but-
pleased either. It's like,
but
it goes both ways.
But listen to what you guys
It's
are.
I'd argue it's very easy to please dudes.
very easy.
It's very easy to please us.
Listen to what you're tired of hearing. Just listen in like as broken down as possible.
I'm so tired of being told I'm good looking.
You know, if I posted something,
I'm so tired of people saying nice
that's not true.
things
If
about
someone,
me.
if I posted something and
Oh,
someone's like, you
Lord.
look
Oh
beautiful,
my Jesus,
I say
Samora,
thank
another
you.
one calling me beautiful. This is sick.
Someone wants to take me to dinner.
All women are like,
What?
For free.
it's not.
Now I gotta get dressed and eat.
Oh my god! I just ate 2 hours ago.
You guys are the worst.
Like, look what you guys complain
It's
about.
not true. If someone posted something and was like, you look beautiful, I'd say thank you. But it doesn't mean the conversation's going to continue.
No, I totally understand.
Right? Like, it depends. Like, if they say something else and it's intriguing and I'm like, okay, let's talk.
Yeah.
But if you're just going to say, like, you know, you look good, I'm like,
to be
thanks.
real though, like, look, if I'm interested in a girl that I've only seen on social media, I personally am not DMing her something like, "Hey, beautiful." whatever.
Exactly.
Mainly because I know that the conversation that could come from that is like,
what are you doing?
what am I saying?
Yeah.
That's for them to know. That's for them to know.
Listen, we got
me to keep it here.
Hey guys, the question was, how do you do it? He wants to know. We're not gonna just talk about the subject.
Yo, he
We
didn't
gotta
ask
get
for
into
my
it.
secrets.
That's what he's technically saying. He's
Bruh.
technically saying, how
Okay,
do I
all right,
carry on this?
all right. Okay, if I'm being
I'll
honest,
give one,
the
then you
last
give
time,
one.
no, the last time I did it, I usually commented about the type of shit they were posting,
See?
right?
It's in context.
So if they were posting like, look, it just so happens a lot of girls that I would DM post dope photos,
Yeah.
right? So I'd say you got some dope photos. And then the
Like
conversation
what,
would go
the titties
on.
were at?
Nah, I know those ones. Those ones are very. I'm not gonna.
Those are
DM
dope too.
Those you could say, hey, beautiful. And she may be like, hey.
The titties
No,
are
but
dope
look,
too. If we're
look,
talking about dope photos,
Here's my thing. I don't DM those types of girls only because
you know that it's full.
there are things
Yeah.
99 plus, and I don't need the time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
You're not trying to fight.
I'm not trying to fight. I'm okay with that, right?
So the regular ones, what do you say?
Regular ones, if they post cool photos, I comment on the photos, and usually what happens is,
Or you comment on the actual photo directly.
I'll comment on the photo,
Okay.
because I'm brazen, or I'll go in the DM.
What do you see in the photo? Nice. What do you comment on the photo? Nice.
You DM the photo.
What do you say
on
on
the
the-
photo? You send the direct
Yeah,
message.
I literally take
Or you send the photo into
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
DM it to
Okay,
them.
okay. So you
And then I say
So
like,
you
oh,
send them DM.
this is a dope photo, blah, blah, blah. And then they usually say back,
Thanks.
no, they look at my Instagram,
Okay.
right? And they're
that.
like,
It's like
oh, and they're like,
exchange.
oh, this dude's account's dope too,
Yeah.
because it is. Plug Top Boy with a 0. Anyway, they're like, all right, it's dope.
Yeah.
And then I just move the conversation from there. I feel like it's limited. You're limited when you just say, hey, beautiful, and they say like,
I
hey,
totally agree.
or like, thanks.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you say to that?
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
there's not much you can say without coming off like all you care about is how they look, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
But if I figure out what your interests are first, then you know,
You use it against them. Let's be honest.
I don't use it against them.
You do.
I actually listen. I'm a good listener. I find out what it is they're doing.
Shut up. You study them and you use their likes against them and that's what you do.
That's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there.
Come on. Before you listen, you and I both know. Before either of us.
We both know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, so you're not trying. Okay.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm very aware that before I message a girl, any girl in the message or DM, I'm studying her before I do that. Like I'm not walking in there blind. Are you sick?
Ryan's
Yo.
assassin people. He's an assassin.
Listen,
It's
lady,
all planned out.
listen. If I'm gonna message a particular girl, I'm not messaging her blind. Like I know that, and he knows.
Don't point at me.
He
Keep
knows.
talking.
I know that if I message somebody, I know if I say this and they respond with this is what I'm gonna say.
How did you gather that?
Trust me.
Based on what they like.
It's a formula. It's a formula.
formula.
So listen,
Excuse me. How come everyone else has to give their secrets and you don't? You don't want to tell how you know that?
I'm sorry. You need the mic.
You don't want to tell how you know.
You said you were gonna.
See,
My chest.
All right, fine.
you don't have to say
Okay.
that.
All right. So, for an example, since we're gonna give examples,
Specifics.
You know this is hurting Ryan inside, right? To give away these
Like
secrets.
they're all gonna know what I do.
it doesn't matter because
Man's are at home right now. Pad and paper, ready to go.
it doesn't matter. Okay. Not to say I'm messaging a whole bunch of girls because I'm not. I actually don't message a bunch of girls. But if I do pick up a girl that I really want to talk to, go to their page. Straight off the bat, if their titties out, I'm not DMing them. If I am DMing a girl with titty out, it's just a tongue emoji. Straight.
Oh.
Like I'm not trying. If your titties are out, and
Yeah.
I'm not trying to have a conversation with you.
Yeah. No, it's
I
fine.
guess let's be honest.
Let's be honest. Yeah, we all
So
want
if
the same.
if the titties are out and they're one of those girls are breasts out here, ass here, countertops, I'll just send them a DM with a tongue.
That
that
is
get any
so
response?
brazen.
Huh?
Does that get any response?
It does get a response.
Really?
Because they know what they want. That's why they're doing this.
Yeah.
They want the guys to do that. So they'll either ignore it, sure, and it's not like I'm sending a bunch of them. So the ones that technically, if I do send to them,
Yeah.
they've been on my page before. So it's not like
Okay.
cool. It's like they've been on my page before. I've seen them like my stuff. I send them a tongue. It's like, oh, he's
don't
noticed.
go in there blindly.
I see you noticing. I see you seeing me. Cool. So
Yeah.
the tongue's not just out of the blue. It's not like just I've never seen you before. You've never liked any of my stuff. I just hear a tongue.
Yeah.
No, that's weird. Like,
That's
but
weird.
But if I've seen you
The
following
tongue isn't, but
Yeah.
that would be.
No, the tongue's fine. If you've been liking each other back and forth, the like game, you know, the nonsense.
Yeah, it's like communication.
Yeah, it's nonsense. But so yeah, if I see them like my stuff a couple days, I'll wait a little bit. I like their stuff a couple days. I'm like, okay, you know what? The tongue's ready. The tongue,
The tongue is ready.
The tongue can
It's
go
time.
out. So I'll send it out.
Wow.
That's just for those girls. If
Yeah.
those girls are like, that's the attention they want. I'm not trying to have conversations with girls because clearly they have. I'm not gonna judge or make a
generalization.
generalization about all girls that show their titties because some girls, it's your body. Sure, ladies. Sure.
It is our
fine. Sure. But for the other girls, not you. Okay. For the ones who are not like you, who have their titties out, for the most part, it's for attention. Let's be honest, right? You have clothes. So if you
You have.
listen,
clothes.
in my mind, for you to take the time to take a picture, get your breast propped up, post the picture, and wait for it to load, and then wait for likes to come. This is so deliberate
Yeah,
that
it
it's
is.
not just
I
it's
mean,
just
I
a
want
nice
to believe
picture.
that everyone has a reason to do it, and I have to like be down with my women.
Sure.
But
Anyways, so those girls.
Yes.
Whatever. Now, if it's a girl I'm interested in, someone I've been following for a little bit, vice versa. Like Lexmore said, I'm well aware of what type of person they are, kind of stuff they post.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use something that they posted, like for example, in the stories. For example,
Mm-hmm.
stories that's a very good tip Shayna just gave. If you follow someone and you go, like their stories, like literally look at what they're doing in their story
Yeah.
and use that against them.
100%.
Like,
I mean,
if someone's at the party, if someone's at the club, or someone's at the, for example, one of them was a concert,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't go to that concert, but I wanted to go to the concert. So I saw they were at the concert,
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, shit, like fuck, I wish I went to the concert. I won't know them,
Mm-hmm.
but they're posting at the concert. There's, oh my god, I think it was one of the Drake concerts. I didn't go to OVO. I never
Yeah.
been to OVO Fest.
Me either. Mhm.
I might not go this year either. But I wanted to go to OVO Fest last summer. She was posting at OVO Fest. Oh my god, it's so sick. So I messaged her. I was like, fuck, like I wish I could go. Boom. She's like, it's so dope, blah blah blah. I'm like,
that's how you do
and
it.
we're just in.
Yeah.
Then it's like you don't stay in a conversation for that long. It's just like, okay, you know what, cool, have fun.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, I'll start a conversation and I'll cut.
Really?
Every time. Every time.
Why would you do that? Especially if it's going. Why wouldn't you
before we go on, I want to point out something that Ryan does. Right? Ryan does this every time he's about to. Hold on. Every time he's about to say, no, it's not a secret. No. Every time he's about to say some shit that he thinks is foolproof, he leans down and he pushes his glasses up. Every time he does this. Every time. And when you said, why do you do this? He was like, all right. I've been observing this guy for the last 24 weeks, and he does this every time. And I'm like, all right, let me just sit back and watch. Sorry, go on.
And I'm most best attention to me. Oh, no, it's so hot. Okay.
Just touch your glasses. You know he wants it. There you go.
Anyway, I always start a conversation. I'll get it popping a little bit, and I'll cut. And not by cut, like just ignore them. I'll be like, all right, I'll say something, but you know what? Well, have fun or enjoy the rest of your night or whatever. Yeah. And I leave super early, super abrupt.
Okay.
Why I do that? Because one thing you never want to do as a guy or a girl, I'll say both sides, is be overbearing in a conversation. And not overbearing like, yeah, you're getting to know each other. Like, oh yeah, I like this, I like this. We don't want to be like so into the person that seems like you have nothing to do.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to someone that looks like they have nothing to do and they're just waiting for me to message them.
For sure.
And vice versa. So if I hit you up, you clearly have my attention that I'm hitting you up.
Yeah.
If I'm like, all right, you know what? Enjoy your trip, like, or enjoy your event or whatever you're doing. I'll talk to you later or hit me up later. It's like, then it's the ball's in your court now. I opened the door. I started.
So do you expect them to hit you up after the fact?
It's not an expect. It's coming.
Oh. Well, damn.
It's coming.
He's like, you didn't know. It's the formula.
Listen,
that's just how it pans out.
Listen, realistically, if I'll even use it on you right now. Just think about this as a scenario.
Okay.
A guy you find attractive takes the time to message you.
Yeah.
Says whatever you're doing right now. Let's say you're with your girls at a party. He's like, yo, I've been to that party before. It's super dope. You're like, yeah, it is. You're in the conversation. He's like, all right, well, you know what? Have fun with your girls. And it was nice talking to you. You're very pretty, whatever. Cool. If he leaves, you go back to your girls. You're chilling with your girls. You're having a good time. What do you think about him?
Of course. Especially if the vibe was right, 100%. But I don't know if all women would like then reach out afterwards.
If he doesn't message you again, you're not gonna say anything ever again?
I mean, I definitely would.
Who else then? I'm talking about you.
I know. Yeah,
So,
I would. Yes, I would. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. But I feel like some women kind of wait for the men to
I'm
make
talking about you. If you
yes,
would. If
I
I just gave you this
100%.
example.
Yes, I
and
would.
you would.
Yeah. If I wanted to, yeah.
Well, obviously, if you want to, that's the point.
Yeah.
But if you just said I would,
yeah, I would.
that's all I'm saying.
So I guess
You
it does
would.
work.
And I just gave you the example right in front of you.
Yeah, that's true.
You think he's attractive. He hit you up, said this is dope, whatever. But
And
you
then
know what, yo?
yeah.
Have fun with your girls. I'm not trying to interrupt you guys. Like, I just wanted to say what up.
Yeah, I would like that.
But I'll talk to you later. And he doesn't message you for a couple of days. But he started the message. And he said, I'll talk to you later. He didn't message you for a couple of days. You're not going to be like, yo, what the? Where is he?
I would totally hit him up. I'd be like, what's up?
Okay. That's it.
Yeah. It works. I guess it works. I can't say nothing. It works.
That's it.
I can't even.
I'm not going to go any deeper
I
than
can't
that.
push back.
I'm not-
I can't push back.
I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go any deeper than that. But yeah. So yeah. JP, that's what you do.
Stories.
All right. Next question. Cool for thought. Kind of relates to what we're talking about, dating someone that's in the industry or whatever. So SupremeLife.co actually asked first, like, could you date someone that's an actress, right? And in your case, be an actor. and she gave the example of Lala Anthony from Power. And
that example?
And she said, this is why. Lala Anthony is in a show called Power. She's had a few sex scenes in the show. What I'm getting at is, would you
Nope.
date an actress who has to do certain scenes in a show or movie that require her to be seemingly intimate with another man to reveal herself?
I don't know if it's revealing herself. If it's those specific scenes, like I wasn't really into.
What do you
I
mean?
didn't think the scenes like themselves were like really hype. Personally, so I mean, I'm a woman. So like that kind of bothered me.
Yo, there's a vein popping out of your neck, bro.
Did you like the scenes in Power? I haven't been like caught up all the way. So if there are more sex scenes, I haven't seen them.
So the last scene, without being a spoiler,
We almost seen Lala.
Yeah,
like everyone
Tommy
has
and
seen
Lala
her.
are together?
not together, but you fucked her.
Oh wow!
So you see a little,
I'm missing
and
a lot.
I looked closely for her nipple because her nipple just quickly showed the nipple. I'm like, okay.
She teased me so much. I look quickly for her nipple.
You know, because I'm like, Lala really can show her titties because you know she's not.
But she's done it before.
No, she did it before
Earlier.
this season.
Yeah,
she did,
earlier
she did,
for
she did.
sure.
Like from
She
like
did, she
season
did.
2 or something like
Yeah.
that.
But yeah. When I saw those scenes, I'm like, I enjoy seeing them. You know, it's art. You want to call it, but listen. I have no problem with a woman or a man getting their money. In this case, a woman. If I'm with a woman and she getting her money and she happens to act, cool. Now, who am I to say what role you can and can't pick as an actress?
Of course.
Nobody, right?
Yeah.
But
That being said,
Nobody.
just not gonna be with someone who has that career.
are you serious?
Yeah,
Really?
Even
Even if the scene was like really tasteful.
I don't care. Listen, I
So
don't,
no nudity at all, like no titties, no butt,
no.
nothing.
You understand? I have a choice of who I want to be with in my
Of
life.
course you do. I'm trying to understand why you wouldn't, like why it would.
So
turn
if
you off.
if I meet someone and she happens to be an actress, I'll get to know her. Cool, whatever. And then we'll have conversations. Before I start dating her, I'll know what type of actress she is, what type of role she might potentially get. It's not. It'll never be a surprise. Just hey, by the
So
way,
you're saying Lala, she would be in that kind of role.
Sorry,
You're saying Lala would be in that type of role.
she is in that role.
I know, but like,
do you mean?
if before she even got into Power and you're just getting to know her, like you're not surprised. I was surprised when she was in that
I was
role.
very surprised.
I was surprised.
I thought of Carmelo. I was like, I don't know what's happening.
I
out
know.
here.
I
Like,
was
this
surprised, but I'm saying I don't think she planned to be in that role. But I also don't think that if she was in a certain situation with a certain person and had or was very comfortable in that relationship, she might not have taken that role.
Whoa, wait.
She might have not
hold
had.
on.
She might have. She might. I'm not. I can't speak for her. I don't know her.
No,
Yeah,
But I'm saying I
yeah.
don't feel like.
Nah, hold on.
What?
The first time that she appeared nude in Power,
Yeah.
there were no issues with her and Mel at the time.
No, they were going strong. They were doing their thing.
They were
From
very
what we
strong.
know,
There were
right?
no issues.
As long as we.
From
As
what
long as we know.
yes.
But I mean, like,
As
it
much
wasn't
as we know.
until like this past year when all that foolishness was going on with them, right?
But I'm saying this is as much as we know because that's when it got out. That's what this is. We don't. I don't.
Yeah, we don't know
like,
enough
my thing about
details.
celeb relationship is that we only know once it gets onto the news and it's like once this is going like.
Yeah.
I have
And even
no
then,
idea.
we still don't even know. Really
Exactly.
what's
Like,
going
so it's like
on.
I
Yeah.
can't. You can't say, "Well, back then they were good." I don't know Carmelo. Like I don't know if they're good. But I'm saying for me personally, I'm not gonna talk on Carmelo. Maybe Carmelo's fine with that. Maybe Carmelo's fucking.
I
other
was.
girls.
I don't think that. I
knows?
didn't think that he would be.
You don't know Carmelo. That's what
I
I'm
know. I
saying.
just was kind of surprised.
Maybe he is. Maybe.
But
they-
why would you?
like,
Okay, why would you assume that he wouldn't be okay with that?
I just got
Is that
this
because
impression
you
that
wouldn't
he
be
was,
okay with it?
No, I just got the impression that he was very like could be like a jealous type and really protective of her from things that happened like on the court and people talking about her and stuff. And he was really like, you know, he pumped up his chest. Like he was that kind of dude. So I was really surprised when she did. Like I didn't think that he'd be cool with it.
But don't you think that like if you're someone that is dating some like they're both very famous people,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
if
100%.
if you're dating someone that good looking and she's famous and you know she's an actress and she's getting on a show called Power,
I didn't think that she had
produced
so-
by 50 Cent,
I
who you know
didn't
is
hear that.
reckless.
I
Like
didn't put it that way.
you kind of have to know some of these things may happen, right? Like if I'm mellow, truthfully, like by that point when she tells me that she's gonna be on this show Power, the only time it's an issue for me is how this scene is done, and I mean she's getting.
So are you saying you're cool with that?
I'm more with her. Like it depends on what the
depends on how
scene
the
is
scene
like.
is. If the scene is
right?
tasteful,
Those
I'm
scenes
with
with
it.
those scenes with Lala, like
No.
those might make me feel some type of way for
Exactly.
sure.
Same. I
right?
totally
Or
agree.
would you say you can? Would you tell her you can't take this role?
Definitely, not. I'm not in a position to. But at
It's
that
your wife.
point,
If it's your wife.
if it's my wife, it is wife.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So it's your wife. If it's your wife.
Yeah, if I'm Mel in that position,
Your wife, she's like, babe,
she's gonna know. She's gonna know that I have a problem with it. Like I'm gonna let her know. I'm not gonna be quiet about. Like I'm gonna tell her like I have an issue with you doing this scene,
sure.
and like she does it. But it's gonna cause a problem moving forward in the relationship, right? Like all I can do is tell her like I have an issue with it. I can't tell her not to do it. Right?
Yeah. I just think if the scenes were more tasteful, I don't know that I'd be completely opposed to it. I just found her scenes weren't tasteful.
I just think there's so many other roles in acting that the
Yeah.
person I meet doesn't have to do the roles like
That's
that.
true. But you know, Lala wanted, like, you know, I could tell that she wanted to, like,
But
she's,
you know,
like, get in the role.
it's all relative though, because like, does anyone here watch House of Cards? No.
I started, but I haven't finished it.
Okay, like, there's a scene. I don't care. There's a scene where one of the main actresses she kills another dude when she's having sex with him, right? Not like Gone Girl.
Yeah.
Like she's having sex with him. She put some. I don't know what she did, but essentially she was riding him, and then the dude died after, right? She was naked. Like you saw her full body and everything. Would you be okay with something like that? Right? You still see this woman like naked, like she's fully naked on the screen. The only difference is that, as you like to put it, she's not getting dug out.
Yeah, like it's a powerful role. She's kind of like owning it. It's completely different. And I think I hate to say it, but I think that's the difference.
So is it more so like your wife is being seen by everyone?
Yes.
Or does it even matter if the scene is done tastefully or not? It's just a fact that she's been seen by.
Keep your damn clothes on.
Okay, there we go. Right.
You make it sound so simple.
Listen, it's very simple. You either are a woman who's perfectly fine getting naked on camera and having that out there, or you're not. There's literally two types of women. There's no middle. It's I can do a naked role or I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a question? Sure.
Is there a difference between being naked on camera as an actress and being naked on a pole as a stripper? Do you feel that there's a difference?
No.
Really?
Whoa. I disagree.
Really? It's such a different...
No.
The environment is different.
Of course, the environment's different. But is it different? Do I feel different? Am I like, oh, this
you feel
is
differently about
okay? Oh, it's stripping naked or it's moving naked?
Yeah,
No, you're
right.
fucking naked. No, it's not different. What?
Yeah.
No, you're not stripping, sure, but you're naked and you're on screen in front of fucking millions of people.
Yeah.
You know they're
yeah.
I
not
don't-
really fucking, right?
No, I'm not fucking naked. Fuck, you're naked, not fucking
okay.
naked.
I was
Sorry.
like, what? Okay.
The term fucking is
Yeah.
so ambiguous.
I know. I was like,
No,
what?
I mean you're naked.
Yeah.
And you're on screen with millions of people. I don't care if you're making money, people dashing it on the ground or putting it in your bank account.
Yeah.
You're naked and you're getting paid to be naked.
Yeah.
I don't care the purpose.
I don't know. I kind
No, that's fine. That's fine.
No, the only
That-
reason.
Hey, listen. Hey, some more. Some more. Hey, listen. If you're okay, hey, some more. If you're okay with your wife getting naked for
Hold
money,
on. Let me talk.
Hey.
This is why I'm going to tell you it's different, right?
Okay.
Look, imagine the same scenario that I just brought up on House. No, we'll use the Lala as an example, right? Because that's a pretty aggressive one,
Yeah.
right? I would much rather like walk in on set when that scene is going on than walk into a strip club and see my girl with a bunch of men dashing ones at her, right?
Yeah.
So, like, that's why they're almost not the same. Because, like,
I never said it's
my reactions are going to be very different. Like, straight up,
I
I'm
never
going to be like, who are these men throwing money at my girl, right? Whereas,
Yeah, but that's
you know,
career.
she's on set doing
but that's career choice. I'm not. There's no way it's the same type of career choice. But I'm saying
Okay, so you're saying that
the end result is men and women are seeing my wife naked.
Yes, but there's also an act going on, right? When they're
You
being
think-
seen.
You think because the guy's going like this next means it's different to me? Like, you think that matters to me?
Right.
Because the man goes,
All right,
cut.
so let me ask you this. All right, so let me ask you this.
It's
When the man does this, right?
Yeah.
And he's like done.
Yeah.
How do you feel if a man just happens to walk in on set and throws a wad of 20s at her?
What?
Is that gonna make you feel weird? That's not
It
gonna
makes me feel
weird.
weird.
at all.
If I walk in my
Not
wife.
like the nudity period.
Yeah, it makes me feel if I walk in my wife is naked on set, and she's like, "Oh, babe, I'm almost done."
You're telling her not to come home.
No, like no, I wouldn't.
Oh my
She wouldn't
God.
do that at that point. I would. This conversation would happen way before she gets on set.
Oh, you're saying
Friend,
you wouldn't
listen.
even be in a scenario is what you're saying.
Ladies, make your money. If you guys want to go on set naked, if you guys want to strip naked, no problem. I'm just not gonna be. That's just not for me. It's just not for me.
I mean, I guess we all have our things we're okay
Like
with.
you will find a guy, women, ladies. If you're doing this right now, if you're currently stripping for money, or if you're currently, doing movies or skits or whatever naked, or even if you're doing naked photo shoots, because I see it on Instagram too, there will be a guy out there that's fine with that. Many of them.
Yeah.
Go find him.
You're just not the one.
I'm just not the one. I'm just not the one. I like your photos though.
Will you be friends with a woman who would be naked? That's the worst part. Straight up, I like your photos though, and you might get the tongue.
I'll-
You might if we
you might
exchange
get
The
You
tongue
might
might
get
be
the
ready.
tongue, but we'll never date.
It's just
We'll never
all
date.
it is. Would you be friends with a woman who like was into that sort of thing?
What are you friends about?
I mean,
Wait, what?
oh, so you would be friends with, like, you're not even really
Wow.
affiliated too tough with a woman. I'm just trying to figure
So-
out like the.
So I've met you through your naked endeavors, and now I want to figure out how you are as a person to chill with. Is that what you're asking me?
I mean, why not? They could be really.
right.
You know what I'll
they
tell
could be
you? You
really
know what I'll
dope.
tell you?
Okay.
You know what I tell
Right?
Oh,
you?
I saw your naked pictures. Hey, you want to just talk?
Okay, what if you meet them and you get to know them?
Strippers
Are people too? Yeah.
They are, yeah, and great people, right?
Yeah, I know they have
and they have
lives.
stories,
They have little brothers and
Yeah,
sisters.
that's true.
parents.
Bond,
Yeah,
they take photos.
that's great.
They have-
Yo, shut up. This is a hot take, but like, obviously, like, I could be friends with someone who
Be
can I work with.
friends
Yeah.
with
But
them.
you
But
know
I'm
what it
not
is?
looking to be.
No,
I want a new friend who's a stripper.
No,
just
that's not how
cause.
that's not how those things work. Though you don't look for you don't say like I'm looking for a friend who's like this. I'm just saying like I could be with friends with someone that's like that, but
I am friends with strippers.
yeah, but what I'll say based on like past relationships is they always fuck up my relationships.
Really?
Whether you're with them or not, just
No,
because you
but-
have a friend that's in this circle, it's like I'm sure you fucked. No,
I've never been in a situation where I've had like girlfriends who are like very provocative or they're just open with their bodies where it hasn't caused an issue with my relationship.
But is that the girl who's more provocative or your girlfriend's issue?
The
Is that her
girlfriend's issue.
It's
yeah,
a
that's
girl's
her
issue.
insecurities, yeah.
it's a definite insecurity, but it exists.
But
I'm
like,
saying it
it's
exists.
not. But, okay, but the thing is, it's easy to say like it's an insecurity, but I definitely feel like it's almost.
You get it? You're saying?
Yeah, I almost do because like, look, if you're hanging out with a bunch, I kind of do. Look, to a certain extent, because as much as I say, like, look, I've never done anything with these girls. I have no interest in doing anything with these girls. I still understand why a woman might think I've either done something in the past or I want to subconsciously.
You mean despite you saying that nothing's ever happened?
Yeah, I've been in this position, right?
Okay.
Many times. And it happens when you have like a lot of good-looking female friends as
Yeah.
well.
I mean-
right?
Here's the thing.
It's very different being a woman and a guy time like I've never been in a position where as a man I've said to a woman like I'm uncomfortable with you having like a lot of good-looking male friends. Like that would never cross my mind to say that, right? But
It's a thing. for
more
men.
women are more likely to say that to their
Yeah,
man.
I mean, I
Like,
guess I can understand it, but it has more to do with the woman who's saying it and her insecurities, which I think is a bigger issue than it has to do with like the man who's like, these are my friends,
Here's
and
a-
it's trust, right?
Here's a
wait,
segment.
no, what were you
I
gonna
would
say?
say is I think it's also dynamic. Like, if you're with somebody, your female friends should just take a step back
That too.
automatically.
Yeah,
by
naturally.
default.
Yeah.
In a perfect world,
I mean, but they
no,
should,
I think
right?
if
they
you-
should, but what?
Yeah,
that
but-
doesn't always happen. You
but
know
But
that.
if they don't, then that's
You
kind of
know-
on them
That's
too.
when
Like that's
issues
kind
come.
of like you
as a-
respect
Your
that.
guy friend should never stand in the shadow of your man. Mm-hmm. The same thing. Like,
I agree.
applies the other
Yeah.
side, so I think-
But that's
I think
that's a very perfect world. You know that.
But then I think it has more to do
You-
with the
I think it's a
people,
healthy
right?
world. I don't
It's
think
a healthy,
perfect.
healthy
I
world.
think
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
is no perfect world. I hear.
Yeah.
Here's a segue. Do you think two people attracted to each other can be friends?
Yes, I think it can be very challenging though.
That's fair.
But I do think they can be friends. I think they can be friends and nothing ever happening. I think they can be friends with something happening and then being friends.
But do you think they can be friends because they're forcing themselves to not let something happen, or are they genuinely friends?
I think they're probably
Do you
generally-
think once there's attraction involved that you cannot be friends with somebody?
No, I don't think that at all. I think there can be attraction involved and you guys can get along and have really good chemistry. And that's more important than everything else, right? And like what if people are in relationships and other stuff is going on? Like there could be just timing and things don't work and so you just always end up being friends.
So is someone still your friend if you look at them sexually?
That's a good question. Because I don't look at any of my friends in like a sexual way. Like,
That's you though.
I know.
So, and what question I always like to ask women is that you look at guys a certain way, but they don't look at you the same way.
I know. And a lot of friendships
So is
have
that
been
so?
weird.
That's a very one-sided friendship that a lot of women.
Yes.
Yes. That's just my friend.
Yeah,
He would,
and
if you're
he-
naked in front of him, Shannon, he'd fuck you.
I've had this
He would.
conversation before. Yeah.
So he's not your friend.
That's so
In
weird,
your
though.
eyes, that's just my friend. If you're naked, he'd fuck you. So he's your friend. But he's
But I
your
wanna
friend.
believe
He's your
that-
friend by circumstance. He's your friend because he knows that I
Yeah.
can't overstep my boundaries
Yeah.
because she'll cuss me.
No, but I think I have friends that might think that I'm a good-looking person, and we've never been, and they don't.
You
we've
think
never,
that?
I think I
I
really
think- you see,
believe
you-
it.
you
I believe it.
that's
I
fine.
believe it through and through.
You can believe it.
Yo,
You're saying it's not even possible.
I'm not saying it's impossible.
Really?
I'm backing out this one.
I'm
No,
saying-
I don't know. I feel like
Out of a dog
it's no.
year.
I
I'm
feel
not-
like it's so possible. I
I'm
wrote
not
an
saying
entire thesis about men and women being friends and
Okay.
like the benefits of it and how I
Yes.
think opposite sex friendships are so valuable.
Absolutely.
So yes, I really think it complicated and there's like romantic tendencies sometimes.
Right.
But I think there are friends of mine, men who I definitely would. They have given me compliments and straight up said, "You look good tonight," or you're an attractive person. But they've never tried anything. And I think that if I was naked from them, they'd be like, "What's good with you? Like, cover that up."
You really believe that?
Yes.
You really
I have
believe
at least 2 that I can firmly say they would never.
Wait, can I ask you a question, Ryan? So you're telling me that you don't have any female friends that you think are attractive, that you wouldn't you couldn't control yourself not to
I
fuck.
can control myself with anyone, but I'm not going to say I have any female friends that I think is attractive that I wouldn't have sex with because they're my friends.
Really?
There are no female, I can say this with confidence, there are no female friends that I'm attracted to that I wouldn't have sex with them because I'm like, that's my friend. I can't.
This was something I
I'm
wanted
also
you-
attracted to them,
this is
but
something
I'm
I
not going to
want
have sex
you
with
to
them
clarify,
because
like,
they're my friend.
This is something I wanted
But
you to clarify before, because
What?
before, like, there's a difference between saying someone is attractive, like I think you're attractive.
Right. No,
doesn't
and
doesn't
being
always
attracted
mean
to-
like
no,
I'm
no.
attracted
Yes,
to you.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I'm saying I am attracted to that person. There's people that are attractive, and there's people that you're attracted to. So I'm saying if I'm attracted to someone, there's no one that if I'm attracted to them that I would not have sex with them because I'm like I can't do that because they are my friend.
I don't know why, but I feel like if you're like I don't know, I have plenty of like good looking female friends that I think are attractive.
And
But
you're attracted to them.
no, like I've never
That's
be,
what I'm asking. That's what I'm saying.
no, because like, I know like I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been friends with them for so long that I don't even put myself in a position where I feel like I am attracted to you now. You know what I mean? Like I know they're good looking. I think they're attractive, but I'm not attracted to them in that way. Right? So that's why I'm having a hard time. Like,
But are
feeling-
you not attracted to them in that way because you generally don't, you just don't want to be, which is fine.
No, it's not even
Like,
a thought. It's not a thought where in my head where
Or
it's
it's
like I don't want
subconscious
to be.
now. No,
it's
it's
so subconscious because
yeah.
I've been friends with them
Which,
for so
so
long.
long.
which
Yeah.
which is completely fine. But that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. But that is perfectly fine because I'm saying then you are not attracted to them for whatever your reason
Yeah.
is. It doesn't matter. The reason
Yeah.
doesn't matter. But you just say I'm not attracted to them.
Yeah.
Whether it's because they're so long, whatever that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if you can say I'm not attracted to this person, then yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. So I'm saying if I'm not attracted to you, if it's that reason, whether I've known you for so long or whatever, if that's the reason, doesn't matter. If I'm not attracted to you, I'm not attracted to you.
Yeah.
But if I am attracted, if I can say I look at this person, I'm like I'm attracted to this girl. There's no girl that I can say I am attracted to you. I look at you, I'm attracted to you sexually. And if you're naked around me and said let's do this, I would say no because you are my friend.
Really? So you wouldn't even be like, maybe this is a bad idea for our friendship?
I've said that. I've actually said that before.
Okay.
I'll say it's. I know it's a bad idea. I'll still
You're
do it.
still gonna. Okay, yeah.
You'll say it when. You'll say
I'll,
it when.
I'll say it.
When are you saying it? When?
Right before. I've done it before.
Like right before you put your dick in?
no, no,
or
no,
right
no.
before?
I've actually been like, rest in peace. There's a person who happened to, that I was friends with for a very long time. She passed, but we were friends for a very long time, and never had anything sexual. Just super dope. Always had a great conversation. I had relationships. She had relationships. We call each other, talk about everything, and then I was attracted. I found her attractive, but I wasn't attracted to her, like you were saying. And because I've known her for so long, I've just never let my mind go that way.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like I don't want it to go that way. So I
Yeah,
see her, I
yeah.
hug her, boom, whatever, right? But then one day something happened. She needed help with something. I came over. I was there at the place, helping her out with stuff, and then she just like crying and like she had her house flooded. Her dishwasher flooded, whatever. So I was helping her. Her floor was ruined. Like
in a vulnerable place.
just very vulnerable, right? So I was there for her, and I'm always there for her, different things. And I helped her out, and then she was just there, and she was sad, and I was like, you know what? Don't worry. Like I was just being what normally am for her, and then she just questioned. She's like, how come like we've never ever? And I was like, and it wasn't to that point. I'm just like, I don't know. I just we just never have.
Yeah.
And then she's like, well, like you're always there, you're always around, blah blah blah. Like you're doing all the things that I would want in a person, but we just neither of us have pursued this. And I'm like, yeah, we just don't, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't until she sparked that I started. I'm like, well, how come? Why haven't it? Blah blah blah, right? And then over time, whatever, like a few weeks later, we kept spending time together, whatever. And then she asked me, she's like, do you ever think we could? And it wasn't until then I'm like, I do find her attractive. Like, that's when it was almost like I clicked. I'm like, I'm actually attracted to this girl. Like, you know? But before anything went anywhere, I'm just like, this would, like, once we do anything, like, we can't go back.
Yeah.
And, like, it wasn't until that point I'm like, I'm attracted to you, and now I actually have to stop myself, which is, it's too late. Because if I reach a point where I'm like, I've acknowledged I'm attracted to you, now I'm stopping myself.
Yeah.
Which is, we already stopped being friends. From this point on,
that's the
we
thing,
stopped
it's a
being friends.
relationship.
That's when I realized, like, we are no longer friends from this point on.
yes.
If we both of our minds went to a sexual direction,
You're in the same
we're
place
not
too.
friends, right?
Yeah.
So I did, like, verbally said, I'm like, are you sure, like, you want, like, to even kiss? Like, we don't even, like, nothing. So I'm like, before you, like, she's like leaning on me, and I'm like, do you even want to kiss? Because, like, we can never go back. Like, I actually said this, like
But you want her to be down, of course.
not necessarily, because I actually did enjoy what we had.
Okay.
But I'm like, now I know it's ruined. Like, period.
Regardless
like,
of if something happens or not.
right.
Yes.
But now I'm like, whether something happens or not, now we're both, if nothing happens, we're both gonna be like, until it does happen,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we ended up kissing and having sex, whatever, and then she basically, obviously, her real feelings came out, and she's like, I really like her a lot, and she said she loved me, and I was like,
That's sweet.
fuck, like, no, seriously, like, I'm being serious, yo, seriously though,
That's not a bad thing.
it's not a bad thing, but it messed things up, like, it messed up.
Well, of course. But
Yeah.
it was going to mess things up regardless of her falling in love with
I
you
know,
or not.
but I'm saying that means, I can't say that means, but she must have been feeling this way for a while, and and suppressed it, or vice versa. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Or it was with other people, like you said. Like, there could have been circumstances
Right.
that, yeah.
all I'm saying is, it got to the point where she said she loved me, and I didn't.
Love her back.
Like, and I'm like, no, like,
Not yet, but, like, did you see yourself maybe loving?
no.
Oh, so you
And
had
it-
feelings for her and were attracted to her, but it wasn't even something
Right.
that was going to go deeper than...
Right, and then
Really?
and then actually ruined our friendship.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely. She was heartbroken.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, those are the negative.
See, but then that's a
those
whole
are the
other
neg-
conversation.
Yeah,
like,
like that-
I feel like,
that-
would you
that-
even pursue it if you know that you don't think that you could, like...
Yeah, but now,
That's my point, like,
but now
Yeah.
our friendship is done. Like,
Well, of
or
course.
it was done.
But I would advise you not even to go in that place if you don't even think that...
It could go anywhere.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm
'cause
saying? It's
this
not
is my
even worth
thing.
crossing that
If I'm
bridge.
friends with, if I'm friends with a girl,
I actually
think
didn't know. That's
yeah.
the problem.
Yeah.
Because I never thought of it ever.
Okay.
So, like, it was just, I was in a situation where I'm like, now I don't know if it's yes or no at all. I don't know.
Okay.
She knows.
She knew the whole
I don't
time.
know because I never even thought of it.
Yeah.
So she must have thought about this before or whatever. What I'm trying to say is, if you're attracted to somebody, to wrap all this up in the circle, is if you're attracted to somebody, I don't feel that is a true friendship. You have a friendship around whatever it is, but if I'm attracted to you, you're not my.
But I tell my friends that all the time. Whenever they say they want to be friends first, I'm like, you're tripping. I don't want to be friends first. I'm either
Yeah.
like checking for you or I'm not checking for you. So when you say like, this is my friend, I'm like, you're bothering me. Like, I'm not talking to you about it. Like, you're either checking for
Yeah.
the person and you like them, or you don't. Like, who needs more friends? And not in a disrespectful
No,
way.
it's
Of course,
true.
like, you make connections and you click and it's all platonic.
You have enough
But
friends.
you can tell when you're like checking for the messages or you like want to know what they're doing. Like,
Yeah.
that's not your friend.
No,
Because
no.
if you don't message me, homie, I'm not losing sleep.
No.
At all. I don't even think twice about it.
I know you're there.
Yeah.
I know you're there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you're like losing sleep and feeling some type of way, that's not your friend. I
like-
don't want to hear the friend word.
like me.
Yeah, you are feeling them. And
Yeah.
if you can't say you're feeling them, like, we're not talking about this.
What were you saying?
I don't know. That was a lot. That was a lot to take in. I just feel like if you're friends with someone first, and an attraction ends up happening, I almost don't even feel like it's worth pursuing unless you know that it's gonna go
I
deeper.
totally
than that.
agree.
And the only reason is just because like it fucks everything up. Like if I'm friends with you as a woman and I know that I'm attracted to you. And I've been friends with you for a while, we should probably date. Otherwise, like,
Yeah, like,
otherwise,
why we...
like,
Otherwise, kill it.
what the fuck
You
is the
have to kill
point
it.
of me having been
100%.
friends with you for all this time, right? Because like, chances are, if I've been friends with you for so long, like, I've already developed like some sort of feeling about you where I say to myself, I could date her for this reason.
Yeah.
And if I can't say I can date you, and then like we happen to fuck, and then nothing happens after that, like
Yeah.
we go separate ways, it's gonna fuck things up.
100%, of course. 100%.
It always does.
Yeah, I don't believe the friends first entirely.
Anyway, now we're at the point.
We had an
Yeah,
hour.
we're at the point where
Dope.
you guys can start asking us questions. So if you have any questions for us first, because you're the guest,
It could be individual questions for just me, individual questions for just him, or it could be group questions for both of us to answer. It's entirely up to you.
Why did you guys want to talk about relationships? Do you guys have a lot of like scary past stuff?
Like the podcast in general?
Yeah, in general. But why about relationships? Like, do you guys feel like it's a topic not enough of our generation talk about? Do you think that it's so confused with like society and social media and all the things?
Do you know how I started this or how it started?
No.
So I do KOA talk videos. So you like those videos?
I mean, yeah.
All right.
I think you're so
I know
bold.
I know you hate me.
It's not that I don't hate you at all. You know what? I think that I can handle you, but sometimes I feel like by bringing like someone else might not be able to.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, I just need to give you a heads up.
Yeah, if you don't know
he means well. He means well. Like I was prepping everybody. I was like, no, he's mad cool.
I'm very raw. If you guys know. If you guys
But it's
don't know
refreshing.
me.
We don't have enough of that.
And that's exactly why I started.
Yeah.
Because those videos and every video I did was relationship based, whether it was all men are the same, all women are the same, or just any type of contrasting videos I made. Did the best videos. People would cuss me, which is fine. But I had people rating me, people cussing me. I take it all. I don't care. Like I'm me, right? And Akeem was actually the one who said, why don't I turn someone's videos into a podcast?
Yeah.
And I had no idea about podcasts, like I had no idea about the podcast world. And I was like, nah, like people ain't listen to this. Like, who's gonna listen to me talk about this shit? Like, people already hate my videos, right? Like, they like it, but don't want to hear me talk about this shit, right?
Yeah.
But he's like, no, like people actually do it. Like, you should try it. I was like, you know what? Nothing to lose. So I made a post to see who's interested. So Moore was actually interested. He hit me up. I reached out to him. So let's do this podcast together, and we started. He also has when we started, actually, we were both in relationships.
Okay.
So that's
That must have been some interesting talks.
Well, yeah. So that's.
Did you guys go home to fights, depending on the things that you guys would say?
Absolutely.
Really?
100%.
Well, I went home. He stayed home.
Well, I lived. I stayed. So the podcast was in my house.
Okay.
So the podcast was in my apartment with my ex-girlfriend. So.
Oh, you've lived with like.
I lived with her.
That's really.
So he would come over. We would do the podcast.
She would witness the whole thing.
Witness the whole thing. Be silent, hold her tongue.
And then
He'd be like, all right, yo, later. Hail him up. The door would close.
I waved knowing what's about to go down.
As soon as the door closes, it's like, so right into the convo, right? So
was that a reason why?
it wasn't always. No, it wasn't. It was. There was. I'm not gonna knock her because she does listen to these sometimes, and she actually got mad at me one time. Whatever. But no, she was a great sport about them.
Yeah.
For the most part, they're just
Great sports.
That's the best I can say. She's a great sport. She was a team player.
That's how you describe a fucking loser in sports, bro. Don't ever, like, I'm sorry. Like, if you,
my God.
any sport you've ever watched, when you say, oh, he was a great sport, he was a good sport about it, that means he fucking sucks. Like, he was a loser, right?
I'm not gonna disrespect her.
She was a nice woman. She was very nice. But don't say great
I'm not gonna
sport.
disrespect her.
Right?
She was a very nice woman. She was a team player in terms of dealing with my personality, and I was very open in the podcast. Not as open as I am now because I was in a relationship, so I still kind of guarded some things. I'm just like, there's some things I just, if I just say it's an instant fight, like this, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, how we started was we both in relationships. I was going through stuff with my relationship, previous and current. He was going through stuff with his relationship, dealing with stuff in his previous relationships and current.
Really?
And we're both just like, yo, it kind of started off as a way for us to just vent. Like we would both like go through the week, shit would happen.
But how do you feel about talking about your current relationship?
Well, no, we weren't batting them up. It was just kind of like it was generic for the most part.
okay,
But it was listen, there was some stuff where it's like whether they listen or not, it's like you do this.
Yeah.
like you know, like we're not
Yeah.
dissing you. It's like you do this and you know it pisses me off, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't anything in a negative way, but it became a really cool way for us to engage with people, and a lot of people were like, yo, my girl does that too. Like and a lot of people kept growing. And then we both broke up. I broke up first. He broke up shortly after me. For different reasons.
Okay, good.
My reasons was regarding a particular topic. We talked about it already. My reason was regarding marriage.
Okay.
Marriage is something really important for me. Something I really want to do in my life at some point. I don't need to get married, but something I want to at least work towards if it does happen.
Yeah.
I didn't particularly see that with the person I was
with
with.
that person. Okay.
And we discussed it in the podcast, and I was just talking in the podcast, and it's like, I'm like, how am I saying these things but not practicing it, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like I was lying to myself in a way. So that got me to.
So it's therapeutic in some way.
It was.
Yeah,
It definitely
100%.
was.
Listen, I'm gonna say this for like the fifth time because I've said it so many times on this podcast. The podcast where I realized I was like, shit, like my relationship might not be the best for me right now. It was an episode with Ryan and Marlon, right?
Yeah.
That dude McFly for people listening. And there's a part in the episode where him and Ryan
We're roasting, like-
they're like they're not roasting me, they're
just-
roasting a particular like
We're just-
situation we're talking about.
We're just like, if a girl cheats on us, we're like, are you stupid? We'd never stay. Like, we're both like,
And
are you
Ryan-
stupid?
And Ryan knew this like a situation I had been through, but when he was roasting, he completely forgot. For like those,
took it
for those 10 minutes, and then he literally looked at me. He's like, Zamora, what do you think? And like, I was sitting there. Look, if you go back, I'm not even joking.
I'm gonna go look at it. No, I'm gonna go look.
If you go back and look at this episode, literally when he turns and looks at me, I was sitting there like this, and I was like, "Fuck!" I was like,
his ex-girlfriend cheated on him.
I was
So
like,
me and Myron were
I
like,
was
are
like-
you dumb? If a girl cheats on us, are you stupid?
I was
Really, you
I
really
don't.
wouldn't take
I was
No.
like, well,
that
If
down.
our girlfriend cheat on if me or Marlon, our girlfriends cheat on us, we're
Done.
out. We're done.
No
But
second chances.
That's just me though. Because the more is like, it depends.
there was a lot of
which
shit.
is fine.
There was a lot of shit
I'm
that
not
was going
disrespecting
on.
for that.
Right?
Like
Yeah.
guys are different. Some guys can do
Yeah,
it,
everyone has their
whatever.
own
But
breaking
that
point.
that conversation was where he's kind of like, "Am I really okay with
Yeah,
this?"
because it was something I had been like battling for like weeks, and then for whatever reason, when these two were just going off about it, I sat there and I was like, you know what? When I look back on it, I don't even know if it was clarity, but it was just like I felt like I was getting roasted in that moment, and when I was getting roasted, I was just like, do I want to keep getting roasted for the rest of my life?
Forever.
Or like. Am I okay with this? Because, look, you know what it's like growing up black. Like, if you have black friends, like, you're going to get roasted, like, 24/7,
100%,
right?
it's our culture, yeah.
I have 3 other brothers, 1 younger, 2 older, much older, and that's all they did growing up, right? So I was sitting here, and I'm like, shit, these guys got a point. And I'm like, fuck, I got to really think about this. And that was, like, the trigger episode. Like, you can literally see it on my face. I was like, shit, I really got to think about this.
So yeah, so that's why we started.
I like it. I like it a lot, especially as men. I think it's good to talk about.
The other big
Relationships,
thing is, like, the fact that we're 2 black men talking about
Yeah.
this.
Who else is doing this?
Sure, yeah.
No one else is doing
No
this,
one
and
else
like,
is doing this.
if we're being real, like in the community, like it's a big thing that black guys don't talk about their emotions or feelings or any type of bullshit like that, right? So, I've always been like I joke about it. I'm a Pisces, and we're all
are
supposed to be
you?
emotional, right? Like
We're like a perfect match. I'm a Scorpio.
we're very open with our feelings. We talk about shit, and like I used to get made fun of for it because people would just be like, "Why are you so sensitive?" I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not sensitive. I'm just okay with saying how I feel about shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, I don't know. That's probably the main reason why I like the podcast because a lot of people seem to appreciate the fact that we're doing it, right?
No, I think
So-
it's really important, especially as like black men, like you said. We don't have enough men talking about love and relationships, so it's important. It's good. I think it's dope.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Any other questions? Any questions from the group out there?
No question.
Wow.
Oh,
She's trying to find it. That's the only question? You have any questions? If not, we can wrap up. If you have
I
another
can't think
question.
of anything right now.
Sissy, none of y'all got a question?
I
You have a
just
question?
know they discussed 444. That's all.
If we
Oh, the
discuss
album?
Yeah.
We can talk about that because it kind of relates to
The
some relationship
relationships,
stuff
right?
in
Yeah,
it.
and as black men too.
Yeah, you can start.
Me and my boy Chris, we were kind of like I like the album personally, but I was kind of roasting Jay-Z for some of the things that he
Like
was
what?
saying.
I'm intrigued.
In the sense that like, okay, when he put out the 444 footnotes of all like these pretty much like super famous black dudes talking about how they weren't really emotionally trained when they were younger, right? Because he was talking about like you meet these dudes in the hood who give you all this wisdom, right? And I think Jay-Z was like, if they were like superheroes, you'd give them like 10 plus like hood strength, but like 0 emotional capability because they didn't know how to deal with shit properly, right?
Yeah.
So when Jay says on the album, he's like, basically says like, it took me to have a daughter to like realize how to
Yeah.
respect women, all this type of bullshit. I understand that because like you now have a daughter, right? But it's like you should also understand that because you have a wife,
Yeah.
right?
Like you should have been understanding.
Should have been
Yeah,
understanding this kind
yeah.
of thing, and it's like
Yeah, and a sister.
it's
and
because
a mother.
yeah, and it's because
there's
we're
women in his life.
like I don't want it to come across like I don't like Jay-Z. Like I love Jay-Z's music, right? But it's just it was just funny hearing some of the things he was saying because I'm just like, man, like you're 40-something years old. Like why
I
are you
think-
only
yeah.
why are you only
It's like-
coming to realization now about
But the
some of these
industry
things?
and then his like upbringing and being in the hood, I think there was no room for it.
But-
And I think that like the role as a man probably was just like to be a provider and to be a protector as opposed to being someone who's in tune with like
The reason I don't give Jay-Z that pass, and once again, we don't know what goes on behind the doors, right?
Yeah.
But the reason I don't give him that pass is because Jay-Z moved away from like the like hood Jay-Z,
He wasn't in the hood
like
for
a
a
lot,
minute,
like,
like,
for at least 20 years now,
been out.
right? Like that Jay-Z is very different to how he's been for the majority of my life, to be honest with you, right? So,
It's not like he doesn't know.
yeah,
the
like
industry
he,
is like a devil in itself, right? Like there's different
Yeah.
devils. So the industry in itself I think makes it hard to differentiate and to value like emotional intelligence. I don't think we talk about emotional intelligence in the industry unless it's like a R&B singer. So that's another thing too. As a rapper, I don't think it seems like appropriate or like cool or you know what I mean. Like those things wouldn't factor in. I do agree 100%, and I'm a huge Jay-Z fan, and I'm extremely biased. But I totally agree with your point. I do actually agree. I just thought
it was interesting because like
that it would take that long, and that it would take. Yeah, but it's different eyes. I think your daughter would give you. Right?
For sure.
And like,
listen, like there's a thing, right? Where most guys say they like. What's it?
Would you want your daughter to be with someone like you?
Yeah.
Basically.
But it's also
most guys can't say yeah.
Some guys say
and that's when you know you gotta like act right.
Yeah. When I say if you have a daughter first, like that's God punishing you, right? For shit that you might have done growing up, right? Yeah. I don't know,
Maybe
like
not punish, but teaching you.
It could be.
Punish. Fuck, I have a daughter. Oh my god.
Listen, like I personally would love to have a daughter. For like personal reasons, right? Like I had a sister, she passed away, and it's like I never really got to grow up with my sister, so it's like I would love to have like a daughter and a son, right?
Yeah,
so they could have that dynamic, right?
Yeah,
I've only grown up with four boys in my family, so I've always wondered what that would be like. But at the same time, I'm like, I know what men are like, and I'm like, I don't know if I want a daughter for those reasons because like I know what we're like. But also I know what some women are like too. I mean, and it's like Lord knows I don't want my girl to be a hoe. So
especially if a woman's good at it, I think she can get away with so much.
What? Girls can get away with anything.
We can.
Murder.
Yeah. But you know what? Society tells us we don't have a lot of power, but I think we have all the power.
Get away with
what podcast was it when I said this? Was it podcast? I said something like there's no one on the face of this planet that has more privilege
than a pretty woman.
Than a good looking woman.
Privilege?
Right? And like it was a hot take and people got at me for it, but I'm like, tell me where I'm wrong.
I mean, it depends on race and a couple other things too. When you say privilege.
No.
He means privilege like you get just access to certain things, things, like you get away with certain things. People look at you a certain way. Yeah. People see you on they're already like on.
Like, no, it's true.
Once P's and Q's, like she's in like people are just different around.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Pretty women.
Yeah,
stores,
it's a real thing.
cops, like whatever you want to talk about. There's
true. Yeah, it's true.
Clubs, whatever.
Clubs for sure.
You can 100%. Do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if you have any more questions, that's it. Okay.
And it just because you guys made me think about this, so it goes on twofold. One, right now we're all young adults, right? But we're getting older. We're approaching our 30s. And I thought about this because like Jay-Z always said, 30's the new 20, right?
Yeah.
So even though we're getting older, we still feel like we're in our young 20s. But we are getting older. With us getting older, do you guys feel pressure from your parents, from your friends, to start a family, to find that one and settle down? And how do you balance that with like your careers and stuff? Like my sister just had a daughter.
Yeah.
I'm uncle, I love it, right? But since that, my mom's always on me.
Yeah, because she's enough years younger than you.
Yeah. You're gonna find someone get married. One of my best friends actually just got married, so my mom's like, all right, Akeem, you're next. Do you guys find that same stuff happening, and how do you guys balance that with your careers?
So just so you guys, if you guys didn't hear the question, basically Akeem asked, do you guys us millennials right now growing up and everyone getting married and getting kids and stuff? Do you guys find any pressures or any type of urgency to have a kid or get married or find the right person? Funny enough, my parents are the exact opposite. My mom makes jokes sometimes about, having being a grandma and thing like that, but she's not serious. My mom specifically, she's like, go out there, have fun, like enjoy your life, like travel, like do all the things that you want to do right now. Because once you settle down, once you find someone, like, not that you can't have fun, but like there's just certain things, like your life does change, certain things. So she's like, anything you want to do right now, go meet people, like go on dates, travel, like do all the things you want to do right now. Like my mom's not rushing me to anything. My dad's the exact same as well. Push me to build my career, push me to do the stuff I want to do because, like, and I understand from a woman's perspective, it's very different.
Very different.
Very different.
Very.
Because you guys have a time schedule in the way in terms of your bodies.
I mean, that's what they tell us. I don't think that's entirely true.
That's what they tell you. But
if you're healthy, I think you're good.
Right. Yeah. You can have a kid at 50.
When do you think you're good to?
You can have a kid at 50 if you want to.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But
and there's science.
Yes. However, not just in terms of your body and all that kind of stuff, but just the bond you want to have with that kid. You don't want to be 50 years old and your kid.
Yeah.
So it's not always just I'm healthy enough to have a kid. It's like, do you want to be 50 years old and your kid? It's not that's nothing to do with being healthy anymore. It has nothing to do with anything.
No, I see what you're saying.
But it's also a lot easier for a guy to just have a kid with a girl, just push a dick in somebody, have a kid, and then keep doing his life and doing whatever.
Yeah, it's a woman's 9 months, right?
Right. Like you guys have to put whatever you're doing on pause. So
100%.
There's definitely a discrepancy in terms of just life adjustments. But In my sense, I've had no issue in terms of pressures. I think the only pressure I have is myself putting pressure. I think I put my own pressure on myself. It's like I want to have certain things by a certain time for myself because I want to have a certain kid by a certain age because I have young parents. My parents both had me at 21, so I'm way past them. Like I'm 27 in a couple of weeks, so like I'm 6 years older than them when they had me. Right. So it's like, and how the relationship I have with my parents right now is super sick. And it's because they're still in that gap where it's like they still understand the internet a little bit. They still understand like social media a little bit. Like they're not super like, what's this? Like, how do I like? They're not super lost, right? And like I was like, I played basketball and played basketball my whole life. I could still hoop with my dad. My dad played football. I could still play football with my dad. I was playing on my dad's football team. Like, imagine as a father to raise your kid and you can play with him still.
Yeah, it's dope.
Like that,
yeah.
I want that
Those
for
are
myself.
priceless moments for
but
sure.
for that to happen, I have to have a wife like in like 3 years and then get married and then have, because I don't want to have a kid before I get married. So it's like I have to meet someone, be with them for a certain amount of time where I can see myself marrying them, then get married, then have a kid. And so I'm rushing it for myself because there's certain things I just want, right? So the only pressure is from me, just because I want certain timelines for myself. But that's just life really for me. What about you?
Yeah, I personally don't really feel like I have any pressure. I don't know, like, yo, today I was on, like, you know those, like, Facebook memories and shit? Someone that is, like, 2 years younger than me just proposed to his girl, right? And just got married, so he's 23. They're gonna get married. And I saw that, and I was like, you're getting married too young. Like, that's what initially I thought in my head, right? They've been dating since, like, grade 9.
Yeah,
so that's a long-ass time, and, like, for sure they can make, like, yo, like, it could very well work for them, right? But there's just like too many things like I want to do before like I even think about getting married, right? Like if I'm going to get married with a girl, like I need to have traveled with her a lot, right? I don't know why, but I feel like it's a correlation between the two. If I can't travel with you, then I don't feel like I can marry you. Just because I feel like when you travel with someone,
really
like that's when you really get to know someone, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just not like I'm not at an age where I'm thinking about like I want to have kids like soon. I know that I want to have kids when I get married. Like I know these are things that I want, but I'm also the type of person that's like I can not compromise, but I'm willing to work with whichever woman it is that I end up meeting, right? Like what if just because like I want to have like yes I know I want to have kids, right? But there's no deadline set in stone for me personally, which could be a bad thing, right? But I know that if I meet a woman and what if she tells me that like she wants to adopt kids, right? Like she doesn't want to have kids because she physically might not be able to, or something's wrong with her body. If I love her that much, I'm the type of person where I could see myself going through with that, right?
I would totally adopt.
Like I could see myself doing those types of things, but I could also see myself having like 2 or 3 kids with a girl, right? So it's like some of those things seem like such variables to me, and like it's the only pressure that I guess I have is that I feel like there are things that should be set in stone that aren't for me. Like the whole kids thing, right? Like I'm very like flip-floppy on it. If the girl said like she wants to adopt, like it's not like I have to have kids that are from me, right? If I love the woman that much and she doesn't want to do it, then I'm not one that's going to be like, well, all these years are down the drain, right?
Because just having a family.
I'm like very understanding of it, right? But I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if that like that could push like
someone away,
or push me out of the market, so to say, right? To say that like I'm very flexible.
I feel like adopting is a really, I don't know. I would love to adopt. Like I plan on adopting. That's something I definitely want to do.
You know what?
I don't think that I guess some people just aren't. They don't think about it. But I think if you kind of present the idea and they're open to it, if someone's open, then I don't see people saying no.
I heard this crazy argument. But wasn't it okay? Like I was at this restaurant the other day, and this woman, she was like 35 or whatever, and basically she can't have kids, right? Like she's infertile, right? And they went through a whole IVF cycle. It's a lot of money for people that don't know. It's like 30 grand or sometimes more, and it failed. Like it didn't work, right? Which is very unfortunate. And this other woman was basically not saying to her, I overheard her saying a different conversation that, well, like, why didn't you just adopt? right? Because like after you know that you can't have a baby, like they were still trying to do this, and it's like you should just adopt. Like there's nothing wrong with at this point with just adopting, right? Like this isn't more of an adoption talk, but like I don't know. Like I'm in no pressure right now. I know that there are some things that I do want, but I don't feel like time is ticking. This is kind of a hot take. I feel like I'll start to feel like that when one of my exes gets married.
Oh,
do you get what I'm saying? Because
you know
I feel
what?
like
Me and my roommate talk about it all the time, and our exes
Yeah.
always seem to figure it out after us sometimes, and we're like, we don't know what it is.
you know it's like I'm
We
fine.
must have done-
I'm fine if that shit happens.
No, after the breakup, they're just like settled. And
I'm
we're
fine.
like,
I'm fine
"I'm
if
glad
that
to
shit
see you
happens.
doing
I'm fine if that shit happens. But like, I feel like if I date someone and then like a year later or 2 years later, I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see an engagement photo, I'm like, shit. I was dating this person. Now they're getting married. What the fuck am I doing?
I
Like,
hope all my exes get married
Of course.
Yeah, I don't-
you hope that they end
like
up
this
happy.
year.
Because everyone's hitting you up. You're having an ex
Wow.
phase right now. It's a case of an ex.
I hope they all get married this year. And
Just
leave
so
me
they
the-
can leave you alone.
leave me the fuck
leave the
alone.
fuck alone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we could end the podcast there. On that note.
No, she didn't.
Oh,
Oh.
another question. Sorry.
No, she didn't answer. How do you feel about the
Pressures.
yeah.
I think I get pressures from family members and day to day. They're always like, why aren't you with somebody? Or why aren't you married? And all that stuff. So pressure in that sense, I just don't really take it in. There's way too many things that I want to do. And unless you are going to like be on the ride with me and support it and, you know, have something to provide, just even to support, I'm not really concerned about getting married until I'm where I want to be and I accomplish all the things I want to do. Because like you said, for women, it's very different. And it is our bodies and our lives. And naturally, we're more nurturing in a sense of like, you're not going to want to be apart from your baby and your family and so on and so forth. So it is going to take a huge, you know, stall on your career and everything else. And there's so much that I want to do in my career. And I don't get too worried about it.
Do you have a timeline that you want to have a baby?
No, you know what, a long time ago, I thought it was a long time ago in the beginning, I didn't want to have kids, and my mom was devastated, and I'm like, it's not happening, Mom, I'm just not into it. And then I think when I was around like 24, 25, I was more open to it, and now I definitely want to have kids. I want all boys. I'm not checking for any girls.
I hear that all the time.
I know, and I'm
hear a
telling you,
lot of
Lord,
women
the Lord
say
would
they
just do that to
don't
me.
have- yeah.
He would definitely give me like 2 girls or something. But I don't have a timeline, no. I plan to always be as healthy as possible, and I'm really open to adoption, and I'm open to, you know, doing whatever I can to have a family, so there's not a timeline. I mean, I would like to have them young to a certain extent as well. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to be pushing 40, I don't think.
Yeah.
But you just can't predict those things, and
Yeah,
as long
yeah,
as you kind of like, I don't have faith and pray about it, I think it kind of works out better than you think it will.
Yeah.
So that's all you can do. You can't map out that stuff, or you end up with someone you shouldn't be and do all the wrong things that you shouldn't be doing. So
Nope.
yeah, focus on your career and everything else kind of pans out, I think.
Good. Good. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having
that
me.
that
I loved
dope.
it.
What are your socials again? How people find you?
My socials are Shay Desire _ on Twitter and on Instagram. Please go on it. I have a song on SoundCloud and it's Shay Desire. It's called Overstanding. And there is an EP called Queen West coming out very soon.
Called what?
Queen West.
Queen West.
I live on
Okay.
Queen West. I'm from Ottawa, so it's my experiences and the songs that I wrote while being here for the last 3 years.
Interesting.
And it's dope. I'm excited about it. It has a really different sound. I hope that everyone likes it. And if you don't, I still want feedback about the things I could do better next time. And my Snapchat is shay.desire.
Dope. That
Mm-hmm.
sounded very practiced.
Not at all. I'm actually proud of myself.
You
That's
have,
how I put it.
you have an agent over there?
I mean, you know, they train me well. They know that when I'm on, I'm on.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you for coming by. This was a dope episode. Went to some topics some new stuff actually, some stuff we haven't actually discussed before. The adoption thing is actually very new for me to hear from somebody. I've never heard someone that adamant on adoption or open to it. People, it seems like it's something that is frowned upon for some reason. I don't know why.
Really?
I don't know. It just seems like adopting isn't something people have as a first option or even an option at all.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like adoption is only looked at as like if nothing else works, then I'll adopt. You know, but I don't think.
I don't
there's
think
a
of it
lot
that
of
way at
kids
all.
that need parents. There's
100%.
A lot of kids that their parents had them at young ages and got rid of them. And
Yeah. You can
there's-
change someone's
yeah.
life, and they can change yours. More importantly,
So
you know.
if-
So it's in my family.
I
For
think
sure.
it really.
and-
I think it really depends on people's reason for having kids. Like if your reason for having kids is because you just want to have the satisfaction of helping someone grow and seeing, you know, the work you put into something into fruition, if that's the reason,
Yeah.
you're perfectly fine adopting.
Exactly.
If your reason for adopting is I want to have a child made for me that looks like me,
Yeah.
and holds the name and blah blah blah, like and those are real things. Like
Yeah, some
if
people
that's
really-
your 100%,
purpose, yeah.
then adopting might not be for you. Like for me to answer that question for myself, I think I'm more on the lean towards the side. I'm like, I want someone that looks like me. I want someone in my family with my blood, and I just want that. And that I have nothing against adopting.
Yeah.
But out of preference, I think I'm just more someone's like.
Would you do both? Would you like have?
I don't think. I think I would.
adopt?
I think I would adopt after I have my
Yeah.
own.
Okay.
But I wouldn't adopt and not have my own.
Okay.
I don't think I could do that.
Depending on circumstances.
Depending on
Yeah,
circumstances,
100%.
of course. Right.
Yeah.
But yeah. Other than that, anything else?
No, I mean, like we went over everything. The only reason I laughed when you were talking about the adoption thing is because I just heard a comedian like roast people who were saying like, what is it with people who say like they want to have their own kid from their own blood? Like, what are you, a king? Like, you want to continue the bloodline? Like, it's like, I know you. I saw what you did last week. End the bloodline. Like, end it now. Like,
You don't need any more blood from that line.
you don't need any more blood. I seen what you did last week.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's funny. I've actually dated a girl who was adopted, so that was interesting as well. But yeah. Other than that, next week I will be in Bahamas actually.
Yeah, you
So
guys
that-
won something. I
So
hear.
that would be dope. That would be dope.
Are you gonna be doing it from the Bahamas?
No, I'll be here before we record.
okay.
So I leave on Wednesday, so we record on Tuesdays, and I'm back on Sunday, so it won't mess up anything.
You was cheesing me how much? Like the way you were saying Bahamas in the video.
Oh, Bahamas, like Bahamas.
Yo, this is another thing you do. Like when you know that you do some sly shit, you like lick your lips a little. You're like okay. Every time.
I
You're
love
like,
it.
This guy's studying me. It's cheesy.
know this man's tendencies. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude doing?
So I won a trip to Bahamas for a basketball tournament, so I'm gonna be in Bahamas next week. My birthday is also next week, so that'll be dope.
That's good.
So it's a good birthday present for me. Other than that, thank you guys for stopping by another episode of We Need to Talk. I'm your host, Mr. KOA, alongside
Top boy.
this We Need to Talk podcast.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.